Okay, welcome to episode 3. I'm going to actually get going this time. I made a couple more improvements. I turned down the sound on the game just a bit. Hopefully that'll be a better balance. And I fiddled with my settings some more. I am off and ready to go, and I will try to remember to actually say when I'm pressing more. So in the last video, one thing I wanted to bring up was I brought up a crafting menu when I was not over here. So I wasn't using the manufacturing plant where you press E and you get all. I can just press C and get the self-craft menu. And this only makes a limited number of things. Especially important though is it makes my pings, it makes my aesthetic stuff, so my blocks, and it can also make the chevrons. This episode is going to be all about getting my materials automation going. So the first thing I'm gonna want is a lot more storage hoppers, which I'm going to need lightweight machine housing and iron gears for. So lightweight machine housing, I think I actually have to research that. And I'm out of research points. So I remember earlier we saw a diamond over here. So ping unknown. Yeah, we can see a diamond down there. Diamonds are nice for research points. I will have to figure out how I'm going to get down there, though. There's probably a pit over here somewhere. Or maybe not. It makes this... Oh, there's the pit. It makes a horrible whistling noise when you're near a diamond. I guess to... Ooh, gonna die. Hey! That wasn't so bad. Yeah, the whistling noise gets old. So there we go. We have a diamond. I guess I might as well grab the other one. I don't see anything else down there. Is that tin or lithium? It's tin. Okay. Maybe I should try to automate up through here, but I would still need guns before I can do that. Uh-oh. Can I get out? Yes. I got out. And now I gotta find my base. Okay, over there. So if you're ever lost, look for the big spike of neon spike into the sky, or also if you press K, it brings up the HUD overlay, which is going to show some of your different machinery, and also it can make it easier just to find your base if you're out in the middle of nowhere. You're looking for wherever all your machinery is. So let's process that scan, see how many research points that gives me. I'm not sure it's very much. It's 18? That might get me started. Don't let me forget to keep feeding in my tin ore. And then recipes. I'm gonna need an iron gear maker and a lightweight machine housing crafter. And that's it for now. Actually, I'm gonna need a generic room controller when I make my room. I don't need energy grommets yet. Oh, I desperately need room lights, though. Once you build a room, it's very dark in there without that light. And I'm gonna do lightweight machine housing first, because I'm gonna have to go set up my iron in order to actually use the iron gear maker. So we need some copper wires. So let's start out with plates for a minute. I wonder. I'll just sit here and babysit it. I could also... I want to stop doing that. Tell you what, I will deconstruct the construction paste I just set up in order to get this going. I'll do 20 tin plates. We're also going to need copper wires to make an extrusion plant. I just need the tin plates. That's good news. Let's go get some more tin ore while we're waiting on that. So I just sort of try to fill that as much as I can without giving myself hypothermia every time I come down. And then back up. Tin ore, fill it up. And tin plates are still going. Let's do one extrusion plant. Okay, are we done? We're done. Copper, let's do another 20 of copper. So in order to put in tin, I'm pressing shift and then pressing T, which puts in tin. If I just pressed T, it would put in a full 100. And I think I can do one at a time with Control T. And then we'll let this run for a minute. Once everything gets automated, there's a lot less waiting, but in this portion, there's waiting. I'm sure that there are more efficient ways to do this so that I would not be waiting, but I am not that fancy to know. Okay.
Crafting.
Lightweight machine housing crafter. So what does this take? 6 plates into one housing. 10 plates. So I'm actually gonna wanna, let's let the copper wire finish, but I'm gonna want to do tin again. Actually as a, it's gonna need 6 in order to, I think I'll just do it by hand. Okay. Plates. Do I have them? Here we go. So I can make 2 lightweight machine housings. And I need those for an iron gear maker.
Crafting.
I need more copper wire. Okay. I'm gonna make myself a bunch more tin plates while I go start digging down to put down my iron. Okay. Yeah. Turn on the copper because I'll probably be down here a while. Make sure I actually have yes, I do have one drill. I don't need this anymore, so that'll keep things automated and I can use the big one to hold my iron so I'm not running back and forth quite as much. And I want one more lift. I'm gonna want a lift. And
Crafting.
That should be good. So in theory, I shouldn't actually have to go down very far in order to hit iron. I believe iron shows up right down when you hit bedrock. Interesting. There is something unknown very close to us. Let's go see what that is. If that's iron, that's pretty thrilling. So now that you can hear the game noises, you can also hear that it just kind of goes on forever, that noise, until, because there's a crystal right down there. We'll have a humming noise because of that crystal for quite a while. It's a bit annoying. Okay, ping unknown. Let's actually just go over by 2 and then dig down. There's no real trick that I've found to accurately estimating exactly how to hit what you see in the scanner. I mean, I always try. Sometimes I hit it and sometimes I miss it. There we go. Let's put down a drill and a container and a battery for easily giving it power. There we go. We got a little iron, so we can go research it. Now I'm back to turning off the copper. So we got some tin, some copper, and in a minute we're going to want to add a bunch of iron, so that's pretty thrilling. No, I'm not going to go shooting slimes just because they look weird. I'm going to time out on that. I got my... Actually, let's make some more copper wires. It looks like I'm going to need that. $30 copper wire, and I'll be right back with iron. It won't have made very much, but it'll make a little. So I have those starter smelters, and I haven't even used them yet. I'm not really hitting the edges of what my current smelter can do. Oh, and I haven't put a top on it yet. Okay. Wait, did I just put my iron ore in it instead of taking it out? I think so. Well, I gave it more power. Okay, first things first. Let's get a better top on my smelter. Oh, that's why I haven't. Lightweight machine housings. A lot of lightweight machine housings to go. That is a lot of tin. Okay, 40 iron ore. That's a start. So as I was saying, there are starter smelters, and I'm not really using this to its fullest potential yet, so I'm not sure that they're entirely necessary. They're a little painful. They actually eat up a lot of ore in order to give you not very many bars. I'd also need to get some sort of coal set up for them so they can have power. There's a lot going on there. I often skip them. We'll see this time. I might not. I might full steam ahead and I might get them set up, but either way, they're not necessarily a priority for me yet. And then let's make 40 of my tin plates into those lightweight machine housings. I have an iron gear maker, so that's just ready to go. I can go start putting things down then. So for my area where I'm going to make my materials, a little off from the center is good. I don't want to crowd myself. I'm going to have a freight cart based base. That is the whole point of what I'm doing here, because I just love freight carts. So it's gonna be very similar to, like, setup is gonna be very similar to like a city block, or a bunch of city blocks, where I'm gonna have roads in between, which are the freight cart tracks, and I'm going to have rooms and areas where I do things, and then it's going to have inputs and outputs into the freight cart system. It's a little bit of a different setup than how you would do it if it was a conveyor-based setup, because for conveyors you have to really focus on uninterrupted lines between things, which can get kind of painful. This allows interruption, which makes it possible to plan out just areas instead of huge lines, I guess. Okay, so if this is where my freight cart's going to be, it'll have stations on here. Beside a station, we'll have a storage compactor or a storage thingy. I like to leave 2 spaces for just in case, and then this right here is going to be the wall. So this is the wall of my room. And then for my room, for something like this, this time I'm going to try keeping the floor dug down a little. So there's kind of that. I like to have my freight cart rails down set by 1 so I can run right over them. I'm not constantly having to jump or worry about them making me too tall and I hang on things. So I set them down by 1, but in order to set them down by 1, I end up setting a lot of other things down by 1. Those 2 blocks of area here gives me plenty of space to come out of the wall of a room and then have a conveyor belt going down and then have the storage hopper down on the level of the freight carts. But this time I'm going to see if I can skip that and actually just do right beside, right down there. I am going to pause the video for a little while because nobody wants to watch me dig a hole. I'm going to, while I'm gone, I'll just keep working on my ores. Oops. Bring my ores up and get some iron made, get some more tin, and create a room. Be right back. Okay, it's only been a couple minutes and I'm already back. I dug out a little bit and discovered that there's coal here, so that's fine. I'm going to deal with the coal later. I don't need quite this much area yet. It's a nice small coal vein. It'd probably make some great construction paste. That's what I'm thinking. So for now, I've left myself a pretty big area. How many? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 wide. That's significant. I think that'll make most of the things I find myself wanting to make. We're going to start out with the basic conveyors, which are quite slow. They're definitely a limiting factor. And we're going to want to make iron gears, I think. So let me check what goes into the iron gears. Let's see. Iron gears from iron plates. So I'm going to need iron gears. I wonder how many, just 1 iron plate. So I'm also going to put down my iron plate maker. And this is going to be very slow. But let's go for it. I like for my second row of hotkeys to be, for the early game, you have to run around and stick bars and things a lot still. So I like to do, just go down the row in a certain order I'm used to of copper, tin, iron, lithium, etc. So it's easy to stick things in places. I had made a little more construction paste, which means I had put my one other storage hopper over here. There we go. We're getting some iron gears, and not a moment too soon because I could really use some more storage hoppers. How many do we need? We're gonna need 10 iron gears. That'll take a while. I'm gonna go grab a little more iron ore, try to keep that smelting because I'm gonna be running out very soon. And might as well grab the tin while I'm down here. And in that time, it's probably made, 5 more iron gears. Once I do get a good setup for iron gears, though. Oh, it's made 1 iron gear. That... I wonder if it didn't run while I was down there? That's odd. Gonna need quite a few of those. How much... what are conveyor belts? Those are tin plates and copper wire. I got a lot of that. So we're gonna be able to have some proper conveyor belts soon. The slow conveyor belts are... You know, they're slow. Go figure. Is something broken? Conveyor blocked. Can't locate 1 iron plate. What is this doing? Did I put something weird in here? I don't know what. Something behind me just made a weird noise. Stampers. Conveyor is blocked. Can't locate an iron plate. Here's what we're gonna try. I think I'm just being too impatient. Like, this is fine, but I'm being too patient. But let's... Gear maker. And then... Now that seems faster. I don't know how I'd broken it, but that does seem faster. So the idea here is I'm gonna kind of put this together and leave it, right? So this is where my grommets go for building out the room. So I'm gonna put a nicer conveyor belt up through here. I'm going to leave this running, and then next step I'm going to put down my... Where we got? So my lithium housing crafter, or then a plate maker, a wire extruder, etc., and just make a row down this way, and have them all be able to go at the same time. I don't... The way I was working up there, where I was sticking things in by hand and then switching it out. I mean, you have to do that initially when you only have a couple of storage hoppers, but you want to get away from that as soon as possible. Eventually this is going to be all automated. I'm not even going to think about it. Back in the background, somebody's making me iron gears, and I'm doing other things. I'm digging, I'm getting stuff done. So I don't know that anything interesting is going to happen for a while. I've started my automation area. I'm going to create the forced induction kit soon, but I'm actually more focused on getting some storage hoppers because I don't think it's... The problem isn't that it's running out of... I'm not running out of iron bars. I'm not running out of any bars. I'm having to wait on the materials automation to do its thing. So I'm going to need actually a little more iron in there. That would help. Maybe I am waiting on iron bars. And then let me get that a bit built up. Call this an end to the episode. And when I get back, you'll see me with a lot more of the different automation built out. And then for our next episode, we can improve the smelter and start automating that tin and iron down there, which need guns in order to automate them so we don't have Minox. And in order to have guns, I'm going to need some of the materials. So I need, I think, iron plates, a couple other things. So I hope this is working out better, this whole YouTube thing, and we'll see how it goes for the next one.